going live any second, buddy.
Let's do it.
Just in time.
Just in time.
And welcome, Raw and Unfiltered. This is Unleashed with Malcolm, Nance, Lev, Parnas, and yours too. We just lost Lev.
His sheet's still there, so.
Let me start it all over again. Welcome. This is Unleashed with Malcolm, Nance, Lev, Parnas, and yours truly. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another 4 o'clock Thursday edition of Unleashed. So much going on. I don't even know where to start. Where to even start here? Something that's really bothered me a lot. In fact, I write about it in my post, my Substack today. I'm talking about the attacks on the Smithsonian Institution as a whole. We're talking about, 9 museums, 9 institutions that chronicle America over the course of the past 250 years. I spoke to Michael Popak about it not too long ago on his Legal AF show, and I got to tell you, it really bothers me because there's an old adage, right? If you rewrite the past, you're doomed to repeat it, and who can't acknowledge? I don't understand why anybody, even if you have an issue with that group, who can't acknowledge the dehumanization, the brutality, the grotesque nature that resulted in our Civil War, that resulted in slavery? I mean, I just don't understand why slavery now is, to have it in a museum is too woke. I'm just confused.
I mean, it's part of Donald Trump, Michael. You know it better than anybody. I mean, he's rewriting history, and it's part of the project, Project 2025, part of taking away our civil liberties, taking away our constitutional rights, taking away our voting rights, changing the way we vote, taking away vote, that's just part of it. It's part of the systematic authoritarian dictatorship and rewriting of history that is part of every day. We're watching it just in different ways come out. Right, Michael?
What happens when they start to do the same thing with World War II, Malcolm? What happens when they turn around and they say, well, you know what? Or they turn around and they talk about, how the eradication of the Native Americans, was what? Was Western expansionism. The incarceration of the Japanese was merely just, real estate relocation.
Yeah, well, I think they're going this way. What you're seeing here, to be very honest and not to sugarcoat this at all, is you are seeing the triumph of white supremacy in this White House. We haven't had this level of racist white supremacists in the White House since Woodrow Wilson showed, Birth of a Nation back in the late I think it was 1919, where they had that movie played in there, which portrayed Black Union soldiers as the reason that the Ku Klux Klan were heroes, because they were going around at the end of the war or during, the occupation and raping white women, right? Woodrow Wilson hailed that film and had viewings in the White House of it. So I don't think we've been at that point until Donald Trump. Let's stipulate a few things. Donald Trump is a racist. He is now an avowed white supremacist because his base wants him to be a white supremacist, and he unleashes all the demons from them. So not hard to take your hood off. All right. Trump has always been operating in the open, but these guys that voted him in, this is what they want: the restoration of Confederacy, to the hagiography of white traitors who threw rebellion against this government. And then to top it all off, the phrase DEI, which in the military we used to call teamwork, right? Diversity of thought and personnel. Right? Equality of all personnel in accordance to the Uniform Code of Military Justice and the Chain of Command, and the integration or in the what is it, diversity, equality,
Inclusion.
and inclusion
Inclusion.
of all hands to do the mission. This is called teamwork, and now it's been turned into a code word for black and brown people. And so now Trump is moving with his triumph of the will. Okay, and I will use Nazi allusions here all over the place. And he is now going to erase slavery, to say that slaves were happy. Okay, my great-great-grandfather and his brother ran away from slavery in 1864 at age 16 to join the Union Army and shoot Confederates, right? Shoot traitors to America. They were better Americans than anyone from the South was. But now it's Donald Trump. Let's erase that history. But let's make no mistake. You guys know him. This is really about elevating him and his personal history to be greater than the fucker says he's better president than Lincoln and George goddamn Washington. I'll slap a bitch if somebody ever says that in front of me. No, I take it seriously, right? George Washington at least had the fucking cooling saucer of his aide-de-camp, his personal servant, Billy Lee, who he talked over all the crazy shit he was doing in the war, and he always systems checked it against a common-sense black guy that bought him his goddamn coffee and put on his boots. Not Donald Trump. He's got Stephen fucking Miller.
I was just about to say that watching that scene play out, and the way watching them replay of them coming in, Vance and Hegseth coming into Union Station with the military surrounding them, with people out there, the way they were talking about the protesters, get these old hippies, and just the way it was being.
And as bad Lev as Stephen Miller is, with Hegseth smiling and chuckling, and Mascara J.D. Vance sitting there also, with a smirk on his face, as bad as they are. You take, for example, like on CNN or other shows, and that's why I'm so thankful, even though that this Substack, platform is having some real issues with it. But at least here we can have a conversation, we can express ourselves, and you don't have somebody who's sitting on a panel simply to stroke the ego of the administration so that they leave them alone and that they come on in order for ratings, right? I mean, that's when you start listening to some of these people talking about, how could you not say that DC was under attack? I don't care what these people out there have to say. Sure, many of them were old. And so, I mean, these are the comments that you are listening to, that you have to listen to if you're watching these shows. And I say, I can't watch it anymore. I'll tell you, when I was listening to this horse shit, Lev and Malcolm, did you guys ever see the movie Inglourious Basterds?
Oh, of course. Classic.
Right?
I actually,
great movie with Brad Pitt, where they are a group that go out and they hunt Nazis. Now, as the son of a Holocaust survivor who just celebrated the other day my dad's 90th birthday.
Oh, thank God. Mazel tov.
Okay? Yeah. I asked him, in light of all this that's going on right now that you're listening to and so on, I said, because we were both talking, and Inglourious Basterds happened to have been on the other day. And I turned around and I said, imagine if this was really what happened, that you had a bunch of guys going out there and hunting the Nazis, right, including the infamous Jew Bear, right, who is a New Yorker who would walk around with a Louisville Slugger and basically beat the Nazis over the head to death if they didn't give up information and so on. My father turned around and said, obviously, it's a Hollywood movie with no reality. Well, we're living that every single day right now.
Well,
I mean,
time out.
I was just saying,
time out. those teams did exist. They were the Jedburghs from the OSS. And Berjew's methodology was used in Poland by the partisans of Poland. They would beat the brains out of these guys. There's a lot of truth in Inglourious Basterds, because that's in fact
but not
the
the
special.
yes, but not the storyline on blowing up the whole.
No. But fantasy baseball, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But there's a
That's how my
lot.
dad described it. It is. It's like fantasy football, fantasy baseball, all that. It's just not real. But here's the problem. We actually live in the real world where we have to deal with reality. And right now, the reality is, Lev said it great right at the beginning. They're taking away voting rights. They're taking away civil rights. They're taking away from your rights to your reproductive decision making all the way down the road. This gerrymandering, this is the real problem. This is going to be a voting civil war that's going to come out. And now, no matter who wins the election, the other side is easy to say, oh, they stole it. They stole it. Makes no fucking difference if they stole it or not. The person who's declared the winner is getting that little pin, and he's heading off to D.C. in order to make decisions.
Right.
Decisions that include fucking violating our tripartite system of government, our checks and balances. This isn't a joke anymore.
No, but what you're looking at is you're looking at the basis of a potential civil war. And I mean, at some point right now, people are being inured, to the idea of the military running around DC. But what I'm starting to see is that, one, they're not in the Southeast. I'm hearing that from people there. I have a good friend, former SWAT cop in Washington, D.C., served there for almost 25 years. He said there's no patrols in the Southeast. None. Only on the southeast side of the city, on the, to the north of the Anacostia River, between the Congressional Cemetery, RFK Studio. Across that river, which is an entire quadrant of Washington where the highest amount of crime occurs, they're not there.
Malcolm, because I write about my Substack every single day. What Trump and what we're watching is theatrics. Yes, Michael, we're living in the real world, but we're living in Trump's theatrics world. Look at what just take a look at what he just did in the past 2 weeks. What happened with this fake summit, with this bringing the European nations. I mean, literally, you would have turned on the television every single day, and they were talking about how tough he is on Russia, how we're having peace. There's peace coming. That the European leaders are all here. They're all put tough on him all day. There was leaks coming out how he might put boots on the ground, Article 5 type of protection, everything. And where are we today? Today, Ukraine just got bombarded harder than it's ever gotten bombarded since the beginning of the war. You don't see Donald Trump out there talking about stop the war, stop the bleeding, or where's the ceasefire? Nothing. Zilcho. Right back where we started from. It's because and that's why we speak about all the time that a lot of the things that he's doing, just like the things he's doing in the United States, just like Michael said right now, it doesn't matter who wins, Democrat, Republican, when they get into office. He's destroying our institutions. That it's corrupt. Doesn't matter who's going to get in there because they're going to get that pin. They're going to go into DC, and now they're going to be in charge of making decisions on behalf of us, the citizens, just like he's doing all over the world. Look, he's playing with lives. People are getting killed every day in Ukraine because of his bullshit.
Hey, Lev, do us all a favor. Tell us. I read somewhere early. I got up so early. I wasn't feeling good. I woke up like at 4:00 in the morning, started writing my Substack, the whole bullshit. I started reading the newspapers. It appears that Ukraine struck heavy into Russia last night as well. Do me a favor. Slava Ukrainska is right. Do me a favor to our folks that are joining us right now. Why don't you give us a little inside the ballpark?
Absolutely. I mean, I wrote about it yesterday. Actually, some good news finally for a change. Ukraine struck not only deep inside of Russia, but again, when Ukraine strikes, it's strategical military. It's not hitting, hospitals, but they hit their
Yeah, strategic military targets.
and infrastructure. They hit their fuelage
Oh,
supply, and basically yesterday, most of Russia was in a standstill out of gas. They had no gasoline, like literally. Ukraine is wiping down. And if you bear with me, I'll get you the stats here. 1 second. I wrote about it actually right now, just so you understand. According to even Moscow Times, Ukraine drones campaign has already knocked out around 13% of Russian oil refinery capacity in August alone. Independent analysts say that that's even closer to around 17.5% in less than 3 weeks alone. So basically, in the past 3 weeks, Ukraine has taken out approximately, let's say, 15% of Russia's oil refinery capacity. I mean, that's huge, and that you don't hear anybody talking about that.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And the other interesting part that happened today that again you don't hear nobody talking. Donald Trump's keeping quiet. That one of the targets that Russia struck today, which was in a part in Lvov, Malcolm, was an American business. It was an American factory. American-owned business that was in a part where usually Russia doesn't target. It's in Lvov. It's by the borderline of Poland over there. So it's not even an area where they struck and hit it yesterday. An American where 19 people are in the hospital right now.
Yeah, but who uses a goddamn cruise? I've lived in Lviv. You're launching a cruise missile that has to fly 3.5 fucking hours
Yep.
to hit a factory that probably doesn't contribute to the war effort, right? It doesn't destroy it. It's like when they would hit Lviv and they missed the fucking train station 6 times while I was there. I mean, they couldn't hit a building with train tracks to save their lives. They still have never struck the central train terminal.
I mean,
Because the theatrics of killing the easiest number of Ukrainians where you can to say, I hit an American factory. What do they make fucking diapers? I'll bet you they have nothing to do with the war effort. They just happen to be a U.S. joint registered company that's probably been there since,
no,
2001.
they already came out statements and all. They have nothing to do. No military. No. You're 100% right. But the whole what we're to get back to what we were talking about. It doesn't matter what he done the past 2 weeks with this whole Ukraine fiasco, where people are dying, to what he's doing right now here in the United States with the military, and it's all theatrics. It's all played out because the real game, the real what's being taken away, is he's trying to figure out, and what he's already doing. And Michael says it all the time. He says, some people say, well, Trump, can't win. He is winning, folks. Look at even today. I mean,
We're going to get to that.
I'm gonna say, I mean. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Define winning.
Define winning. He's destroying our belief in each other. He's separated. He's separated us, our country, and the world into basically 2 parts. He's also taken away our belief in our systems. Like Michael said, doesn't matter who's gonna wins because of the gerrymandering, because of now the way we have to. And I'm not saying we don't have to, because believe me, I'm the first one to say that we have to do whatever we have to do to get Donald Trump out of there. And make sure, if we have to, gerrymander the hell before they do it. Because that's the position we're in right now.
But here's the problem with that, Lev. I get it. Fight fire with fire. I've heard 100 different Republicans turn around and use that line. I've heard 100 different Democrats say, listen, we're fighting fire with fire. Okay, great line. Okay. Here's the problem. Wall Street Journal about 2 weeks ago did an incredible article where they broke the United States down into red states, blue states, and purple states. And they sat down and they actually, like Trump's people, they did the math.
Yep.
And here's the bottom line. With the available number of seats that are Democratic controlled, they have figured out that they have they have a greater ability to gerrymander states to take over Democratic districts by turning them into Republican districts
Majority
through the
red. Yeah.
gerrymandering process.
That's what they're doing. You're right.
When this thing becomes, which it will, a full-blown war on voting, which basically means that nobody gives a shit about your vote. The only question is who's going to kiss the ass of the GOP, who's going to kiss the ass of Trumpism more so that they get the nomination because they automatically win. Meaning, what the hell's the point to vote if your vote doesn't count?
And they're going to
Now-
say that to everyone except the Republicans. To the Republicans, they'll say, you're going to have a permanent Republican majority forever.
Yeah.
Right? If you come out, you turn out, and, we get our standard turnout for the vote. This is the promise of, it's really crony capitalism, right? If you vote for me, you're going to get yours, right? Trump means money. I heard this from my fucking barber in Washington, D.C. a couple of weeks ago. You go, yeah, but Trump got that money. And I'm like, they're coming for you and your family. And now he lives in the Northeast, and I'm going to go see him hopefully here soon. And I'm going to say, how's this shit working out for you?
Yeah.
Right?
When you bring up crony capitalism, tell me, what are they getting? Do tariffs only apply? Do you have a special Trump card when you walk into your Costco or your Myers or your other big box store and you say, hey, check out my gold Trump card, which entitles me to 10% off the 15% tariffs? Or if you are a platinum or if you are a black card Trump holder, you get all 15% of the tariff off. That doesn't exist.
Michael,
right? Meaning,
don't be giving him ideas because it could.
By the way, it's a great idea. Let me be very clear about something here. The people who are going to suffer the most as it relates to this tariff nonsense is going to be his supporters. It's going to be MAGA. I don't know why it is that even though they're feeling it already in their pockets, they already know when they go to the grocery store or they go to the big box store, you are paying more money. And at the end of the day, you're spending more money and receiving less goods. That's just, you can't argue with that. But why they're not up in arms over it, I don't know.
But they're getting what they voted for. They're getting what they voted for, which is, because, the prices go up, but that's life. They're getting Latinos being attacked on the street by armed U.S. government agents and being thrown out of the country.
And how does that, though, Malcolm, reduce the price of eggs, milk?
They don't care. They don't care. They love the entertainment of the hatred and the attack. They had signs at the convention that said mass deportation now, and I thought, that's the end of it. They increased their Latino voting numbers with that sign. They increased their black voting numbers with these signs. I have black people now. There was a woman in D.C. they interviewed her, and they were like, well, they need to get them people out of here so we can get them jobs. And the guy asked her straight up, are you going to go pick avocados? And they were like, no, we ain't going to do that. Look, this is idiocracy. It is infotainment. He may as well be President fucking Jose Camacho, right, of idiocracy with double machine guns. It's all about the bullshit and the game and the story. And yeah, the boiling frog prices. Trump lies right to their fucking face. Gas is at $1.98. Nowhere in the United States. What, $2.98? He can lie and they'll believe it because now the white supremacist cult brings along those other guys who think crony capitalism will get them a Trump Platinum card with discounts in the future. We'll put them in a special private club that they can all be part of. You and I both know he doesn't give two fucks about any of these people or any people except for the people that offer him tribute and money.
And plus, Donald Trump, doesn't represent the majority of this country, which is the middle class, and that's what you have to understand. He represents, the very rich, which he takes away helps them with their taxes, and then you have the, I don't want to say uneducated, but not, the less the ones that are less than middle class that look up to be that very rich, and they want to be that people that don't understand that they're paying the price. They think they're winning because if you take a look at any of Trump's advert rally, anything, it's always rich. It's always gold. It's always private planes, limousines, and he sells them a dream. He's a salesman, and that's why they don't even understand. They think that Michael's right. They go in, they're paying $10 for eggs, but they think they're winning because they come home, they put Fox on, and they see like, oh, taxes are down. They're like, honey, we're doing something wrong. Everybody is making money. It's probably us. It's not the economy. It's not Trump. It's us. Because look, that's a psychological fucking thing they're going.
Have you heard the joke that all a poor Trump voter is a millionaire who's down on his luck?
That's what you just said it exactly. Thank you for wrapping it up.
That's what they say. They're gonna make it.
It's very funny because we've now watched. I watched the other day. What's his name? Ari Melber. They were talking about on the show how much money Donald Trump has made since becoming president. Right. And in it, this guy turns around and he's wrong. By the way, he goes, Trump and his company have made a staggering $3 billion since he has become president, since becoming president-elect for the second term. And that is not true. In fact, I've actually done the numbers. It's over $9 billion.
I was going to say that's a lot
this
more.
Idiot wasn't even in the ballpark.
But that's not liquid. That's valuation, right? Of like the inflation of the Bitcoin and all that.
A lot of liquid, Malcolm.
A lot of it is liquid. He's more liquid now than he's ever been his entire life. First of all, just the Liberty coin alone is over $4 billion. He owns something like 100 million shares. And even if that's only, at $8 a share, do the fucking math, people, right? I mean, and they pulled down like over 200 million in transaction fees. And what is that meme coin? It's merely a token to show your love and affection for our supreme leader.
It's tribute.
Right. That's all that it is. Mind you, that's only one from Truth Social to the other. It's over $9+ billion that he has made. That doesn't even include all of the various different real estate deals that are right now being, put into motion. I bring this up because I would not be shocked if very soon they come up with their own credit card. Think about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Didn't he?
If you want to avoid tariffs, use the Trump card. The Trump card is immune from tariffs. It's the greatest card. It has a picture of me on the front and me on the back.
Stop giving them ideas.
We will fight the tariffs, fight any tariffs that anybody wants to charge you, only if you use the Trump card, which only will cost you $1,000 a year. It's a bargain because you'll pay more in tariffs. But, Mr. President, we didn't think that tariffs were supposed to be paid by the consumers. I thought tariffs were in taxes and so on. They're not tariffs or taxes if you use the Trump Gold Card. It is the greatest fucking shtick. I'll tell you, fuck my American Express. I'm going to get that Trump Gold Card, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not joking you. That's what they're doing. Is it any different, by the way? I make fun of it, and I think it's, it's funny.
It's coming.
Kind of, do my impression, but I'm not joking. Who ever thought that the President of the United States would actually be hawking Bibles? I'm talking about Bibles. It's one thing you want to sell your book. I get it. Sell your book, right? But to sell the Bible?
Guys, it's hilarious, but Michael, he's already doing it. I mean, he took away the green card, and he's already selling the gold
Selling the
card
gold card.
for $5 million to get a green.
Yeah, but he means a real credit card. I wouldn't
I'm
doubt
talking
that.
a real credit card.
How come nobody's asking? Where's all that money? Where's all that people? What's going on with that program?
Well, do you remember that Lutnick? Do you remember Lutnick said we've taken in over like $10 billion in what do you call it? In fees already? I started to do the math and I was like, wait. Are you joking? That's like, what'd you sell? 2,000? What you sell? 2,000 of those things already? I'd like to know who the 2,000 people are with $5 million of cash sitting around, right? That has decided that I need to become a United States citizen. Sure, because right now we're demonstrating to the world just how secure we are.
Where's all this money going? I want somebody. Can we get on the show? I
Look,
want somebody to come in.
all I'm saying,
all I keep hearing is we got trillions. We got 5 trillion from Qatari. We got this one. We got billions. We cut so many trillions by Doge. All of this, and then what? We do the big bill where we take more money in. Like, where's all this money? Can somebody tell me where's this money that's coming in?
All I know is in 2029, in the Generalissimo Malcolm's administration, okay, I'm going to be seizing all of his assets globally. I'll tell you right now, if I don't care who runs for president, if someone were to put that on the table, that using my executive powers given to me by the Supreme Court to do anything that I view as lawful, as long as it's the office of the president. Imagine Gavin Newsom saying that. We're going to claw back every fucking dollar he stole from the people of the United States.
You're not going to, because this election, assuming there is even one in 2028, that's the next topic I wanted to throw in there.
Okay.
Thank you for that segue, Malcolm, because people turn around and say, yeah, Trump is just fucking with you. He's joking around. He's not going to run for a third term. He's 79 years old. He'd be 83, going on 84. Let me be very clear about something. They're already selling the merchandise.
Yep.
They are selling merchandise. In fact,
in the White House,
there is video of Trump showing that merchandise to the 7 European leaders. I'm shocked he didn't make them take out their credit cards and buy a hat.
He gave them one. Each one of them got a goodie bag. Michael, I swear to you, this is one of the things that was about right. If I kept
Has there always been a gift shop in the White House?
They all got, even the Hungarian, what's it called? Azerbaijani. So that's the whole shtick. They all go through the White House and they all got goodie bags. And in the goodie bag is a 20.
Because look, when I was in the White House, going back, into 1987 and 88, when I worked for Congressman Joe Moakley, of course, then again in 2017 up through 2018, I never saw a gift shop in the White House.
Yeah,
especially not one right off of the Oval Office.
No, that's new. The gift shop is a new thing. And it isn't like like the CIA's gift shop at the Employee Benefit Association, where it goes back to, needy children. That shit, I personally think that goes into a credit card that's in his wallet or something.
It's part of the expansion I heard them talk about today. He took it's going to cost 200 million. What is it? 200 million or something? I don't even know.
Yeah, 224 million
to expand the Oval. Not the Oval Office, the White House, for the banquet. I mean, he's putting a banquet in there, and it's going to be over 200 million.
You're talking about the building, yeah? That's supposed to be twice the size of the White House?
3 times. 3 times. It's going to be 100,000 square feet. The White House is actually 33,000 square feet in totality.
This is the stupidest shit I've ever heard.
Think about
Can't happen.
Just think about it. So he's out there also testing the microphone system in the Rose Garden, which is no longer the Rose Garden. It's like I don't know what it looks like.
It's called the concrete patio.
The patio.
It's no longer a garden; it's a concrete patio. He's out there taunting, and we're gonna have the UFC fights going on there over 20. I mean, this is like Circus City. You can't even make this shit.
Literally from Idiocracy. I shit you not. I shit you not. The Idiocracy is a film from the future that has been brought back by time travelers to warn us. Because
let me tell you, I cannot wait till somebody, one of these journalists, has their camera and they take a picture in the back and they have the big giant Viking grill on it that you had to pay with the tariffs, and you're gonna have JD Vance with an apron on flipping hamburgers and hot dogs. That's what this is going on. And you're gonna have Trump
I'm down
on what do you call it? On a nice green and white. It's gonna look very much like the Mar-a-Lago. So benches and stuff in the backyard there, and he's going to be like, "JD, get me a Coke. Someone get me a JD. Give me one of those burgers.
Press the button.
Press the button. JD Vance comes in with a Coke.
Could you imagine?
We got rid of all the Navy servers.
Yo, guys, I want to tell you,
I saved a ton of money. I got rid of everyone. JD Coke.
I just want to say this for all our subscribers. If you think it can't get any worse, well, I don't think you heard the breaking news so far. I don't know if you guys.
Oh, Jesus H. Christ. Look, we've been on 30 minutes already.
So I mean, it was earlier. I don't know if you heard it during the day, but it's been already. Now Trump has come out and confirmed it that he is going on patrol tonight, guys. Donald Trump is going on patrol with the National Guard in Washington, D.C. To do away with. How the fuck is that going to happen?
This is going to be great. This is going to be great because he thinks what happened to J.D. Vance in Union Station was some fluke. Every fucking protester in the tri-state area is going to be in D.C. tonight. And they're all going to be out there with bullhorns, and he thinks like he's going to go up and down the mall, and kids from Iowa are going to come running up to him with bouquets of flowers like Hitler. No, this is going to be the biggest flash protest in American history if this is true.
But just guys, how can he drive in somewhere? There's like 30 cars, motorcade, and how is he going on patrol? Like
he's going to patrol. He's going to fucking drive to the Capitol, drive around Union Station, and drive back down Constitution.
He went on radio today. And literally, they were playing it on Fox right now, and they're like, "Nope, this is not a prank. This is not a joke.
That's bullshit." No,
where do you know it's not a prank?
Stop it, both of you. Stop it right now, both of you. This is not a joke. All right, our president is so concerned for the people of the District of Columbia. He himself. And remember, he doesn't take a salary. He's doing this on his own time, on his own dime. He's going out there to patrol the streets for you.
You're welcome, America. You're welcome.
That's going to be the next commercial. You're going to see that. Michael just showed you the next ad that's going to be playing for right now. That he's out there. And you know what, Mega, I swear, you just called it back because Mega on X right now, you know what they're saying is, we can't wait to see the pictures of Trump throwing some handcuffs on these illegals.
What? Okay. I'm sorry, and you can't I shit you not. Kristi Noem will have her happy ass out there. Pam Bondi, all the sycophants, will be out in like tactical uniforms or something. Fucking bug-eyed, what's his fuck, And this is going to be, first off, it's going to backfire. It's like going out with the upside down Bible. There are two actors in this story, Trump and his regime, and the, 700,000 people that fucking hate him, called the population of Washington, D.C. I got to check in with my buddies tonight.
So he'll be riding in one of these Humvees, right? One of these military Humvees.
It'll be an MRAP, yeah.
He's not going to go arrest somebody in the Beast, all right? He's putting on the flap jacket.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
going
yeah.
out there military style. He's going to go take a bunch of the Trump 2028 hats. He'll have somebody sign them. He's going to be throwing them around the way he was throwing toilet paper to the people in Puerto Rico, right? He's going to be doing layups and shit like that. He's going to get out, right? There's going to be all sorts of military around him. He's going to have his Secret Service, the military, and they're going to start walking the streets with flashlights, right? They'll come out and play. Yay! It's like the
fucking
Warriors.
Warriors.
Warriors. You know, the funny part is I don't think too many people know that inside your Warriors, we're too old, guys. The Warriors come out to play.
You know, he's sitting there clinking the bottles. I smell you. I smell you, undocumented migrants. I've got the nose for it.
No, you can't. You really can't.
But I wouldn't be shocked if also at some point in this little charade that's going on, they actually get somebody dressed up, right? Maybe he'll be an undocumented migrant. They're going to hide him in a bush. And these guys are going to turn around. They're going to swarm him. Trump's going to come there and slap the cuffs on him. This is a Mark Burnett. By the way, let me be clear about this. This is a Mark Burnett production. You're going to get the lights going on. All of a sudden, Trump's going to come out with this. He's going to pull off the outfit. He's going to be wearing.
I'm sorry. This could go upside down in a heartbeat. All it requires is some people with firecrackers, which you can buy in Virginia, Maryland, and fireworks 2 blocks off. You could fucking see Trump going, woo, jumping back into whatever MRAP he comes out in, and this thing go to shit. Or worse, somebody just pops 5 rounds in the air, right? A block away or wherever. This is not as amusing as it sounds, right? It's going to give him an opportunity to have everyone and their fucking dog and their bullhorns coming out and shouting him down. And I'm not sure where that benefits him other than, Coeur d'Alene, Iowa, or Idaho. I keep calling it Iowa. Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, or Ames, Iowa, where they think, yeah, he's rough and tough. He's the sheriff out there now, and he's bringing in all them liberals and the Negroes. This isn't going to work. All right?
Giggity. Oh, yeah.
Giggity. Yes. It's a fucking guy.
They are going to, I'm telling you.
South Park next week.
It's going to be like, let's make a deal. All of a sudden, they're going to have 3 boxes. And let's, Mr. President, which box do you want to open? Right? And box number 1. Open the box number 1. There's an undocumented migrant in there with zip ties, beaten up. And they're like, we caught this undocumented just about a half hour ago. And so he tried to escape, so I body slammed the motherfucker onto the concrete. Right? Just for you, sir. Just for you. And he's going to be, that's really good work. You really...
Michael, are you writing for South Park? Are you getting...
May as well. May as well.
By the way, that would be a very funny episode.
I was gonna say, right? I mean, they're incredible. I love what they're doing. They're taking it to him. This is beautiful.
You're gonna be seeing that next week. Have a special edition of Cops. Right? President on patrol.
Bad boy. What you gonna do?
Or it'll be like Paw Patrol.
Trump comes for you. Bad boy.
Oh, Jesus H. Christ. This is not funny.
So Trump just came out and said,
you know who's going? I'm so sorry. You know who else is going on patrol with him, Lev?
Oh, of course, you're going to have Christy Noem there with her.
Paw Patrol.
Dog the bounty
Dog the bounty hunter.
Oh, Dog the bounty hunter, yeah.
Dude, this would be a great South Park episode.
It's going to be an awesome South Park episode. The problem is...
Trey, give me a call.
The problem is that that this is us making fun of the Nazis in 1936.
Yeah.
Okay. We can get away with it, but let me tell you, there's going to be some point where this isn't going to be funny. And I wrote a Substack article about 6 months ago saying at some point there are people in the Latino community that are not going to take this anymore. And you don't know if they're, ex-military or, someone's going to get killed. And you're going to see
that would validate That would just validate everything that these animals are saying. It's so wrong. Did you watch today? Who was it? Christy Nome was out there painting the the
The
wall.
Yeah,
fence.
black. They were
Yeah,
painting it
black.
black.
And
So
then
it's-
if you listen to Jesse Waters or you listen to Fox News, they're sitting there, they're saying the reason they're painting it black is because the black will absorb the heat and make the metal wall even hotter so that those who are trying to climb the wall will burn their hands.
I can't absorb this stupid anymore.
yeah,
Okay. And she was out there, by the way, she was painting the Mexico side of the border. She noticed that she wasn't painting the American side. Oh my God. And this contract, which has already been let out to a Trump crony, is $2.9 billion for
Let me tell you
fucking
something.
paint.
Let me tell you something. For $2.9 billion, I'd paint that fucking wall myself.
I'm sure you would.
I paint, Level tell
hey,
you this.
he
I
painted
painted all of
Otisville. He
Otisville.
painted Otisville. Why not paint the fucking wall?
I painted Otisville myself for 26 cents an hour. For $2.9 billion, I'd be out there 24/7 painting that shit.
I painted a lot of ships for
Nice and
free.
easy.
So-
Nice and easy.
And what was that? The Karate Kids up.
Yeah, wax
slide
on,
down.
wax off.
Wax on,
wax on, wax off.
Yeah, jerk on, jerk off. Well, this whole thing is so stupid.
I mean, it is. I mean, but as we're laughing, as stupid as it is, I mean, at the end of the day, this shit is not funny. I mean, we are going through some, and the consequences that we're going to feel are going to be far and wide. I mean, even once we take back our democracy, even when he's gone, the shit that he's doing, the demolishing. I mean, of just the way. Just think about how long it took America, the world, to get to a point where we were, we were building to prosperity, people, getting more and more rights, people, growing, the world growing. And now we're just like, it's like we came to a standstill, and now we're just like, and we're going like in hardcore
250 years. If there's one thing I remember that my American history teacher used to say all the time, moments like the what is it? 4 centuries of dehumanization, of slavery. Imagine, people really have to put this into perspective. When it is the reason for the civil rights movement, it was a civil war in America where Americans were killing other Americans over the dehumanization of another person. Now,
Right.
on top of everything, we are watching as this Dobbs decision, that's the decision that turned around and overturned the Roe versus Wade case. But it's not just Roe versus Wade. It's also a case called Obergefell, which is same-sex marriage. They are now going to send that back to the states to decide whether they will acknowledge same-sex marriage. There's even better than that. There's another one, which is called Blossingame, which is interracial marriage.
Right.
Imagine you live in Alabama or you live in Ohio. You live in a ruby red state, Texas. Next thing you know, they say, no, fuck you. Interracial marriage isn't allowed. It's against the Trumpy Bible. It's against what we say. You can't live in the state any longer, or if you were married in the state, your marriage certificate is now null and void. This is not a joke. I thought over 250 years, because you make such a good point, Lev, over 250 years, we thought we had grown to try to be better than the generation before. And certainly the generation before that, or the generation before that, like when women didn't have a right to vote, women didn't have the right to own property. I mean, it was a different world. We've grown as people, intelligence, and so on. Well, clearly we haven't. Clearly we have not. And I have a very, very bad feeling and a suspicion that much of that is on its way back.
This is war. This is war on the 20th century. Let's just be honest. I don't know what era they thought. I think this may have started with the TV show Mad Men, where they just thought this was like the place to be, thin ties, drinking, slapping the ass of the secretary, banging, strippers or whatever it was. But don't forget that the main character of that show was actually a fraud, right? He had pretended to be a war hero that he wasn't. He was somebody else. But this is the way it is now. These guys think this is bro land, and that turning America into fucking Potterville and getting rid of It's a Wonderful Life, right? Is on the agenda. They think that destroying America makes them greater. Lyndon Johnson said it. If you can convince the poorest, lowliest white man that he is better than the richest, most educated black man, he won't just donate to you, he'll empty his pockets. That's where we are. I've got Walmart shoppers out there looking at me like, yeah, I'm fucking better than you. I get that shit. Everybody gets that shit. And let me tell you, if they think you're Jewish, you got to go one of two ways. You better be a 5,000% supporter of Israel and Netanyahu, or you're a traitorous liberal. I've heard that. I've heard that said.
I've had people say it to my face.
Shit, I slap a bitch.
Oh, Malcolm's slapping a lot of bitches lately.
That's my job now. It's a full-time job slapping bitches. I mean, this country has gotten to the point where the defense of democracy is considered negative. It's considered a joke. And let me tell you, I reserve my biggest ire for the Democrats who are not screaming like I am or playing like Gavin Newsom.
Yeah. Lev, take us out.
Well, what can I say, guys? I mean, listen, we got a little over 1,800, close to 2,000 so people watching this. For those of you that are subscribers, thank you. God bless you guys. You are what makes us out here. For those of you that haven't subscribed yet, hit that little, where you see Michael, Malcolm, Lev up there. Hit that button up there and subscribe to all three of us, because subscribing, first of all, that's for free. We're here to give you knowledge and information that you're not going to get on any CNN, MSNBC, or any of these pundits that are out there. Information that you're getting from inside, literally from three people that have lived around the Trump world, in the Trump world, and everything that has to do with it. So for everybody out there, the only way we're going to win and get our democracy back is if each and every one of us do our job. We're doing our job, risking everything, and a lot of us are risking our freedom, literally, to be able to get you the information that we're getting you. But you need to use that information. That's, first of all, spread it far and wide. Bring 3-4 more people to this platform. Make us grow. Make our voices be louder. Be an extension of our voice. And for those of you that can, become paid subscribers, because it's you that allow us to continue to do it. Because we don't have the Elon Musks. We don't have the billionaires. We don't have the, all these corporate machines sitting there. It's just us. It's us and you. And together, we are going to get our democracy back. So if you want to get your country back, you want freedom back, then we need your support. And together, we're going to do it. So that's what I'm going to say out there. God bless you. God bless America, man.
Thank you, Lev. Malcolm, good seeing you. Lev, great seeing you. And to all of you that are with us, as Lev just said, thank you for being a part of our community. Stay safe. And remember, Unleashed every Thursday, 3:00 p.m.
3:00, not 4:00. Michael mixed up his shows earlier.
Yeah, I did. Sorry about that. 3:00. I'll see you guys.
All right. Later.
So long, fellas.